Wednesday, you've got Maryland against Florida. That's in the Orange Bowl. And then the Rose Bowl, brought to you by AT&T, features Miami against Nebraska for the national championship. At the base of the San Gabriel's with Keith Jackson on hand. Tim Brandt will be there. Doug Bryan to kick off for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 7-6 Baltimore. Kickoff fielded by Jermaine Lewis at the 9-yard line. Looking to cut up the middle. And Lewis with a good run back all the way back out to the 39-yard line. And Elvis Gerback, despite being shaken up twice, back in the game.
Yeah, he's got a bruised ribs and a strained groin because of some of those hits. Rough start for Elvis as he's 6 for 13. Donnie Abraham will get this interception in the first quarter. That's Rondé Barber. Here's Donnie Abraham dropping one. And then Elvis comes back with his 14-yard touchdown pass to Travis Taylor. And now here's the hit that strained his groin. See how long he can stay in there.
From the 38-yard line on first down, Gerback nearly tripped over his own lineman's foot, and that one is picked off by Donnie Abraham at the 47-yard line.
Al, you called it exactly right. He tripped, pulling away from center. That threw the timing off, and Donnie Abraham stepped in front of the receiver to pick it off. But he looked terrible going back to pass. Here's the route on the outside to Qadry Ismail. Watch Abraham read the quarterback, break on the ball. Now, did he catch it, though? The Ravens are saying that it hit the ground. This angle may tell us a little bit more.
Whoa.
Oh, that looks like an incomplete pass. And he really hides it well with his shoulder there, rolls over and pretends that he made the interception. I got to believe that ball hit the ground, though.
Baltimore will challenge it. Do we actually see the ball hit the ground is the question.
I think you do there. Both his elbows are apart there. And that's where the ball goes. It goes from his hands right up his arms, through his elbows, and then down to the ground.
Donnie tried to sell it. He got right up, threw the number 1 up like he was celebrating. But
well, he knows something about interceptions. 30 in his career, but not 31, I don't believe.
Billick could not have had a better look at it. He was standing right there as Dick Antak goes to the headset.
Looks like Dick Antak's getting help over there from the Buccaneer mascot. They both had the same look on their face, didn't they?
Separated at birth. Billick has only challenged 4 plays this season, and he's won 2 of those challenges.
It's certainly not a clean catch, and the ball bounces on the ground right there. You got to wonder about that strained groin of Elvis and how it affected him as he pulled away from center and then threw late to the outside to Qadry Ismail.
if I'm Billick, I'm not liking the fact that the Tampa Bay mascot is under the hood over there looking at the replay.
You know, all right, take a look at this part of the play here first.
Looks like he got his right foot stepped on, but it's his right groin that is hurting him. That means he was a little bit sore trying to just drop back.
You know, this is a technical point, but on that replay, you don't actually see the ball hit the ground. It has every characteristic of a ball that bounced off the ground. And let's see what Hantak decides here.
After reviewing the play, the ball bounced off of the ground prior to the ball being possessed. We're going back to the previous spot, second down and 10 on a 38-yard line. Baltimore is not charged a timeout.
Conclusive enough for Hantak, even though the ball sort of gets hidden behind his thigh.
But you can tell by the way the ball reacts here.
Right.
Guilty by circumstantial evidence.
And you look where his leg is on the ground, and the ball hits the ground right there. Yeah. That's a good call by Dick Hantak.
And so it's second down and 10 now to 38, and Billick is 3 for 5 in his challenges this season.
Bigger question is, how is Elvis?
Mo Williams in the backfield, along with Ian Badejo. And they give it to Mo. Minimal gain up to the 39-yard line. Again, the circumstances tonight, if the Bucs win, they all but technically clinch a playoff berth. I mean, a million things would have to happen that would be so wacky as to be ridiculous for them not to make it. So, in effect, they're in. Baltimore is officially in if they win. Third down and 10 now from the 38-yard line. And that's caught over the middle by Allen, who fights his way up to the 44, but well shy of the first down. He's tackled by Shelton Quarles.
Both teams are willing to play a field position game now. Both defenses are very strong tonight. Elvis with a dump off there with no chance of picking up the first down. But perhaps a good punt by Richardson will give the Ravens and pin the Bucs deep in their own end.
Kyle Richardson, his fourth punt of the night. Gets blocked. Todd Yoder. And that's the 7th block of Richardson's career. And again, Tampa Bay with great field position. Their special teams coach, Joe Marciano. And Brian Billick has seen that once too often.
Todd Yoder almost blocked the punt when he took Joe Maese all the way back to the punter on the very first punt of the game. Here he is lined up right here. He gets a swim move on Maese and just comes in clean on Richardson, takes it right off his foot. Great play by Yoder, right up the middle. Maese doesn't have a chance.
It was just like him stretching out for that Brad Johnson pass down near the end zone. Didn't quite catch it, but he got his hands on it solid.
So the upside to Richardson is he's a great punter. But the downside is right there. He has a punt blocked every 54 punts, which is more than 4 times as much as every other active punter. First and 10 at the 23-yard line. And Johnson throws it underneath to the tight end. That is Moore, and he gets hog-tied by Ray Lewis. And Lewis is shaken.
Yeah, in fairness to Richardson, I think that the center, Joe Maese, the rookie from New Mexico, was responsible for that last block. Rarely do you see Ray Lewis injured. He's not coming out of the game, but he really put a tackle on Dave Moore out there.
Looked like he was flexing his arm as he was coming back to the huddle. Stays in. First and 10 now at the 12. Allstott goes to the middle. And he gets bunched up, but is able to chug forward to gain 3 to the 9-yard line.
This is where the Buccaneers like to run the ball. That's why they don't have many touchdown passes. Brad Johnson with just 13 on the year. Keyshawn Johnson, everybody knows, just 1 on the year. In fact, Dave Moore is the leading receiver as far as touchdown receptions is concerned. He's got 4.
See how much the Bucs pass in the red zone. Clyde Christensen calling into play, contrary to what they've been doing for years. Second down and 7 now. The ball is at the 9-yard line. Under 5 to play in the half. Ravens up by 1. Throw off. Done. Warwick to the 6-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 4.
You know, when Ray Lewis comes back to the defensive huddle, flexing his arm like that, Al, he might as well be pumping up the defensive players. They so feed off his warrior mentality. You got 10 other guys who are lit on fire just by that simple gesture.
Third and 4 last year, Brad Johnson, a Washington Redskin. Very tough in the red zone. This year, another story, only 43%, and he's been dumped 5 times. Third and 4 at the 6. He throws, and that's deflected. He tried to get it to Allstott, deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Like Rob Burnett, or Peter Bulware, rather, with the deflection that time. Or was it Tony Siragusa getting up in the air? Or did he get up in the air at all? Siragusa is number 98. There he is right there. Right hands is enough. As Brad Johnson rushed that throw to Mike Allstott.
35!
So now a 24-yard attempt for the just signed Doug Ryan. Used to kick with the 49ers. Most recently with Indianapolis. couple of weeks ago, and that one is right down Broadway. So they cash in after the block punt, but only for 3. Dramatica saluting his at least temporary substitute as Tampa Bay takes the lead again, 9-7. Tonight's game being brought to you by Chrysler. Drive equals love. Charles Schwab, expert advice that's objective, uncomplicated, and not driven by commission. FedEx, Ground International, online or express. There's a FedEx for that. And the Beechwood aged Budweiser with a crisp, clean, and refreshing taste known only to the king of beers. Tampa. Ever since the Bucs came into the league, I think there's a whole generation of kids that have grown up thinking the name of this city is Tampa Bay. It is not. It is Tampa Bay. It is the Tampa Bay area.
Count me as one of those kids and explain further, Ricky.
Tampa Bay Bucks, founded in the 1976 expansion franchise. The great John McKay recently passed away, was the first Bucks coach after a stellar career at the University of Southern California.
We got a chance for any Bay Effect snow tonight, Al?
I don't think so.
82 inches up in Buffalo.
See that? Yeah.
Greg Williams sitting there in the backyard.
At least they got out of town to get down to New York, or at least New Jersey, to meet the Jets tomorrow. Bryan to kick off. Lewis fields the ball at the 9-yard line. And Jermaine Lewis gets run out of bounds by Yoder. So Yoder is all over the joint on special teams, blocking a kick, knocking him out of bounds.
Yeah,
Good run back.
We start talking about Sapp and Ray Lewis. This has been the Todd Yoder show tonight. Here he is on the very first punt of the game, number 80, pushing Maese all the way back into Kyle Richardson. Now watch Maese tackle Yoder as he gets by, but I think Yoder thinks he's got something going here. Watch the swim move and the acceleration to take the ball off of Richardson's foot. Right now it's Todd Yoder 3, Joe Maese nothing.
Ravens after the Lewis run back at the 46-yard line, and then Gerback has to sling it out of bounds. Todd Yoder, second year out of Vanderbilt. He's one of 4 Tampa Bay Bucks who went to school at Vanderbilt.
Smart players.
You don't think of Vanderbilt as a football, I don't want to say power, but not a lot of guys. In fact, I think there are only 10 guys in the league from Vandy. 4 of them play here.
And if he only would have caught that pass earlier in the second quarter.
Second and 10, the ball at the 46-yard line. Gerback under pressure, underthrows his intended receiver, Taylor.
It looks like Elvis is having trouble just stepping forward and throwing the ball. That ball came up woefully short to the receiver on the outside, Travis Taylor. It doesn't look like he can bend his knees and really step into the ball because of that strained groin.
Third down 10 at the 46. Gerback. Intercepted, threw it right into the hands of Derek Brooks. And Brooks is inside the 20, inside the 10, and Brooks is out of bounds at the 1. He hit him right in the numbers.
And the numbers were 5-5. Right in the middle of the field is Derek Brooks. Gerback just doesn't look good right now. Watch Brooks leg it out here. I almost wonder if this is worth a challenge. Probably not, but I'm sure that Derek would like to think he got in the end zone. Got all the way down to the 6-yard line. 3 picks on the year now for Brooks as he shows his all-pro form.
Gee, I wonder if Allstott might see the ball up here.
Did he step out? Tampa Bay may challenge this ruling. Where is the ball is the question.
Yeah, good call, Al. The ball was never anywhere near to crossing the plane. Wouldn't be worth taking a challenge right here. You got Alstott.
You can
behind Jameel Cook.
Right, you can dive across the goal line, wind up out of bounds, and it would be a touchdown, but not in this instance. First and goal inside the one, won't stop the tailback. He gets the ball and gets taken down at the 3-yard line. Taken down by Boulware.
Boy, Boulware coming off the corner. The former Florida State defensive end, but was he offside?
Flag thrown. Were the Ravens offside?
Defense.
They were.
Number 58 was lined up in the neutral zone at the time of the snap. We will penalize half the distance to the goal line. Replay the down. First
It's
down.
worth a shot. Trying to beat the snap count of Brad Johnson. Boulware, far side here. It looks like he's lined up already. His right hand is in the neutral zone.
That's what Hantak said, lined up in the neutral zone. First and goal. And this time it's Johnson trying to go over the top and does. Touchdown.
Talk about paying for a touchdown. Brad Johnson just paid big time as Ray Lewis kissed him in midair.
Hit him so hard, Johnson was thinking maybe I should have went to Baltimore.
Just enough at 6'5" to get in the end zone before Big 52 could smash him.
So the Brooks interception paid off on the touchdown by Johnson. Bryan tacks on the extra point. And with 3:05 remaining in the half, 16-7. Malcolm Glazer, the owner of the Tampa Bay Bucks, watching his team up by 9.
Isn't that the guy who hosts Inside the Actors Studio? James Lipton? Is that Malcolm Glazer?
Kind of an interviewer is Lipton. So a little dancing in the aisles. Mentioned before, the Bucks all but technically clink. If they win tonight, they'd have to lose to the Eagles next week, and the Falcons would have to win at Miami tomorrow and then beat the Rams next week in St. Louis, and Saints don't win 2 games, and then the Giants don't win 2, and then, check this out, the combined margins of what would be the Bucks loss to the Eagles next week and the Falcons win over the Rams equals or exceeds 80 points. Do you like that bet, Dennis?
That's like what I had to go through to get this job.
There were a few more ants. So even though they're not officially in if they win tonight,
Looks pretty good.
I'll buy you a beer if they don't get in. Here's Bryan to kick off, but I won't buy it after the 3rd quarter. Here's Jermaine Lewis to the 17-yard line. Brings it back up to the 30.
I wonder if Doug Bryan's getting tired. He's had a couple of field goals, an extra point or 2, and a very short last couple of kickoffs. Go back and take a look at Brad Johnson's 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, and the most painful one. It was barely off the ground when Lewis just hits him. And that's a legal helmet-to-helmet hit because Brad Johnson is a ball carrier in that case.
Well, you know, you miss Martin Vermatica. We tease him in a lot of ways, but he does have 10 touchbacks this year on kicks. So the little guy's got the big gam.
First and 10 now for the Ravens, who begin with a little toss to Allen. And Nate Webster leads the charge to the ball carrier that time. Backup middle linebacker, second-year guy out of Miami.
You know, Brian Billick may have a decision to make at halftime based upon how Elvis Gerbach is feeling and maybe wanting to spark his team in the second half by putting Randall Cunningham in the game.
2nd and 14 from the 27-yard line. Gerbach throws underneath and is caught by Sam Gack, the fullback. And the big burly one takes it out to the 40-yard line, a little short of the first down as the clock ticks down to the 2-minute warning. So Warren Sapp will get a breather here at the 2-minute warning in Tampa. where the Bucs have fought from behind to lead the Super Bowl champion Ravens 16-7.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody be surfing like California. Everybody gone surfing.
Actually, everybody's snowboarding.
Surfing USA.
Especially in the Wasatch Backcountry, where the Wasatch Powderbird guys can fly you to snowboarding heaven, as long as you've got what it takes.
Visa, the only card accepted at the Olympic Winter Games.
She wore white. She puts her past behind her. But you're missing the point of the story. The groom's father-in-law hires him to run the mismanaged shipping department of the family business.
No honeymoon?
A week in Oahu.
That's nice.
It's not bad. But keep up. The kid turns to FedEx Ground. They give him affordable nationwide B2B delivery with a money-back guarantee. And he gives Daddy Dearest a high-quality, low-cost lesson in who's the boss.
Who is the boss?
The kid.
The kid is now the boss?
The kid is now the boss.
That's the story?
That's it.
From Stephen King, the modern master of suspense,
Some houses are born bad. Houses like Rose Red.
Dr. Joyce Reardon has found the key
Annie Wheaton is a searchlight. If anyone can wake up Rose Red, she is the one.
that will unlock the secrets
Are you holding the doors and windows closed?
of Rose Red.
Somebody help me, I'm lost!
We shouldn't be here.
Bad house.
Stephen King's Rose Red, Sunday, January 27th on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
If we got each other, we don't need nobody else. If we got each other, we don't need nobody else. If you can't come on the side and look at me and grab some energy, they don't need to be a teammate. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. What the hell is these heads?
Ray Lewis featured in our Mic'd Up at the Half segment coming up on the Lexus halftime show and also a bowl preview. A lot of big games coming up on ABC next week on the Lexus halftime show. Take a look.
I'd certainly like to hear that hit on Brad Johnson at halftime.
Oh, boy.
Don't want to put any pressure on anybody.
Right,
I think that one might be a good one to play.
But they're mash editing in that right now.
I hope they got that in Dolby. Have that. Got that. What is that?
That's football. God,
Yeah,
it's football.
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking bad grammar. I was thinking be a guy.
You could say boom now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I don't say boom. Berman will fly off the couch in his underwear. Say, hey, that's mine.
It's third down.
After the measurement, third down in inches. The Goose.
The Goose. He looks like he's been drinking some Sam Adams instead of playing next to him.
Third and inches now at the 41-yard line, and Gerback's going to try to do it himself. It would be only his second rushing first down of the season. The other was a touchdown if he gets it.
Well, I'm not so sure about that play selection.
Yeah, under the circumstances.
He didn't get a whole lot.
Quarterback who's hurt, Matt Cavanaugh, calls the plays. One-time quarterback himself. And he does get it. So a first down here. They have all of their timeouts with a minute 53.
Gerback bucked it up in there hard.
He did.
Despite the fact he's been dinged a few times tonight. You watch that Ray Lewis mic'd up. You get the feeling everybody is going to play hard here.
First down from the 41-yard line as Gerback throws. Catch is made at midfield. That's Shannon Sharp. Ravens come up to go without a huddle, conserve their timeouts. Ball at the 52nd and 1.
Tampa Bay will be content to give Gerback that pass to Sharp right down the field where they feel they got a shot at picking off Gerback for the third time.
Then that pass for Sharp is not caught at the 44-yard line. Line judge comes right in and says, hit the ground. Third and 1 with a minute 25 remaining in the half.
Sharp is so good at finding the small areas in these zones. It still doesn't look like Gerback has enough on that ball to be able to squeeze it in to even the smallest holes.
Gerback is 9 of 21 for 92 yards. Sharp has caught 3 of those completions. Mo Williams in the game in the backfield. They send Sharp in motion on 3rd down and 1. Thurback rolling and throwing, and it is juggled and not caught by Brandon Stokely. Rondé Barber broke up the play.
Yeah, Barber had a better shot at picking this one off. If he had that Canadian field that's a little bit wider, he might have got it. Here they are working right there. Watch Barber break on this ball. Sensational catch, but way out of bounds.
So now they are forced to punt. Down by 9. Not wanting to give Tampa the ball at the 50-yard line. Keep an eye on Yoder, who'll come up through the middle again. Richardson this time gets the kick away. And Williams lets it bounce, and it rolls into the end zone. So it's a touchback. Tampa will have it with 1:09 remaining in the half and all of their timeouts.
Hey, between Donnie Abraham and Rondé Barber, the Bucs really have some ball hawks out there in the corners.
A lot of it's the style of defense that they play, Dennis. They play so much zone that the corners are looking in at the quarterback. And if the timing is off at all, they're so quick to be able to break. They've done so much study work. You can see them talking on the sidelines, Lynch and Barber there. They're thinking about the next time they get out there and who's going to get the next pick.
This is the Bucs' worst starting field position tonight. They begin from the 20-yard line, and they begin with Dunn on the ground, picking up a couple. It'll be 2nd down, 8.
Conservative play selection by Clyde Christensen and Tony Dungy, but I think they like this 9-point lead they have. Baltimore's thinking the same way. They're going to start burning their timeout.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting situation here. Once Baltimore saw that Tampa was going to play it conservatively, they figured, look, we're down by 9. We'll use our timeouts, because Tampa was clearly in a mode where they were going to run the clock out. And Brian Billick said, no, you're not. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Meanwhile, we'll see the Ravens again next Monday night. We're back on Monday to wrap up the season. Vikings-Ravens at 9 o'clock Eastern time. ESPN's game tomorrow night from the Superdome. Redskins against the Saints. And a lot of people might be wondering, what in the world is the team doing on 2, in effect, Monday night games in a row, even though this is a Saturday edition. Next week is the makeup week in the NFL for the postponed 2nd week following the terrorist attack. So what would have been Week 2's game between Minnesota and Baltimore now becomes the Monday night game next week. This is Warwick's done. Up past the 30, up to the 34-yard line.
And there's that quickness that Eric Dickerson talked about, why he felt that Warwick Dunn would have a more successful night than Mike Allstott. Now, with that 1st down, the Buccaneers changed plans.
They do. They changed plans, and now it's the Bucs who figure to call the next time out. And that's caught by Dave Moore, but they won't have to call one. Well, yes, they will. They're going to say he stayed in bounds at the 36, forced out by McAllister, but the clock keeps running.
2nd and 8.
And the Bucs
change their plans again.
To the consternation of the crowd, do not call a timeout.
Yeah, that's that rule where McAllister forced Moore out of bounds going backwards, so they do not give him the timeout when he goes out of bounds.
Right. And that will end the first half. I can't believe the crowd is booing.
Yeah, I mean, what do they want? They're up by 9 against the world champ.
Big game. They didn't like that play call, but they lead 16-7. Let's go to the field. Melissa.
All right, Al, thanks. Brian, Elvis Grbac, the bruised ribs, the strained groin. How much is that affecting his play, and how much does it concern you?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it always concerns me when players hurt. Right now, the difference is turnovers. We can't turn the ball over, and we'd be in pretty good shape. Defense is playing well enough. We've done some things offensively, but you just can't turn the ball over that way.
Brian, thanks. Let's go over to Eric.
Coach, your defense has played well in the first half, but your offense has struggled. What change would you make at halftime?
Well, we have. They've got a great defense. We got to continue to pick away with the runs and see if we can hit one big play in the second half.
Thanks, Coach. Al?
All right, thank you, Eric. And a reminder that coming up next will be our Lexus halftime show. Ray Lewis is mic'd up. We'll take a look at a bowl preview, and we will do that when we come back to Tampa after this message from the National Football League and a Workmark ABC station.
Okay, guys, gather around.
This is Sam Adams of the Baltimore Ravens. Sam helps the United Way build stronger communities by participating in first aid training developed to help kids succeed. Sam knows the meaning of the word success.
Support his head, apply gentle pressure, check the pulse, and do not panic.
Panic?
On New Year's Eve, the world will come together in one place, and this is the place.
On New Year's Eve, we're reaching out to the world again.
From New York to Rio, Tokyo to Jerusalem, watching midnight as it arrives in London, with performances by Tony Bennett, U2, Enrique Iglesias, Sting. And that's just the beginning. ABC 2002. Don't miss this global event, starting at a special time, 6:30, 5:30 Central. New Year's Eve on ABC.
Yes. Yes, sirree. Yep. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Must be the Ford year-end sales event.
Yes.
$399 a month for a new Explorer or Expedition? Yes. Lease a 2002 Explorer XLS 4x2 for just $399 a month for 24 months, or lease a 2002 Expedition 4x2 XLT for $399 a month for 36 months, or choose interest-free financing. Just get your yes from your local Southern Ford dealer now.
McDonald's is turning up the heat with hot deals. Starting with a hot and spicy McChicken sandwich for the sizzling price of 99 cents. Or hook up with a 99-cent double cheeseburger. Here's 4 more hot deals. Get a quarter pounder with cheese, filet of fish big and tasty, or classic Big Mac sandwich. Your choice of any two for just $3. So spice up your appetite with value and variety. Only at McDonald's.
At McDonald's, we love to see you smile.
McDonald's, a worldwide Olympic partner.
Imagine if you could just walk right up and put in a new order for high-octane elegance. And imagine if you could get your new order by simply signing by the X.
Unwrap high-octane elegance at the new Jaguar of Tampa, I-275 and Fletcher.
The Buck Zone, Sunday night, right after 28 Tampa Bay News.
The Lexus Halftime Show, brought to you by Lexus and the all-new ES300, a new world of luxury. Here now, Al Michaels.
Halftime at Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers on top, leading the Baltimore Ravens, thanks mainly to turnovers. The score is 16-7. The last time the Ravens were in Tampa, of course, it was for the Super Bowl. They beat the Giants. Ray Lewis was the MVP of the game. There is no player on the field each week more active physically or verbally than Ray Lewis. We had him mic'd up for the half.
Watch me work tonight, dog. Watch me work tonight. Watch me work tonight. Hey, follow my lead and I promise I'll get you there. Follow my lead and come on. Follow me. Follow me. Hop on this back. Oh, my goodness gracious. Listen to me. If we got each other, we don't need nobody else. If we got each other, we don't need nobody else. If you can't come on the side and look at me and grab some energy, then you don't need to be a teammate. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, buddy.
You are. Ray, how you doing? Congratulations. I haven't seen you since last year, but you guys did a tremendous job.
Appreciate that.
You put defense on the map.
Thanks.
You know I like
Much
that.
respect. Definitely. It's simple. 5 words. If we win, we in. We going home happy. We can celebrate New Year's the way we want to celebrate. But remember this, no matter the outcome, we got each other. Did y'all feel me? Back us on 3. 1, 2, 3. Good move. That's the way to play. That's football. We got stem. Reduce stick, 63, ready? Go. I know him like a book. Let's go. I'm calling their plays when they come out the huddle.
Number 39, Brad Johnson throws, and that is caught. Keyshawn Johnson almost dropped it.
Hey, I'm gonna press his ass. He ain't gonna outrun you. All right? behind up. Tell Chris and Dwayne just to get their hands on Keyshawn. Game over. That's all you got to tell them. You ain't got to coach them. Tell them just to get their hands on them. Game over. I'm telling you now.
Now Gerback to the end zone, and it is a juggling catch for a touchdown by Travis Taylor.
Come get some of this. 6 points.
Gerback intercepted, threw it right into the hands of Derek Brooks, and Brooks is inside the 20, inside the 10.
Come here for a minute. Come here. Listen. It doesn't matter what they do. We don't understand that. These people cannot score on us. They cannot score on us. They can't even move the ball. You know why? Because we got each other. Put the smiles on your faces. This is a 60-minute ball game.
Ray Lewis trying to will his team back into it. 16-7 Tampa. Bowl preview when we come back.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event.
Oh, the Millers have a new Lexus.
Not the Millers. You.
You'll find special values whether you buy or lease.
Beautiful.
Well, we got you a new CD player.
The December to Remember sales event. Missing it would definitely spoil the surprise.
I cannot believe this.
See your Lexus dealer.
Wednesday, January 9th, 29th Annual American Music Awards. Live. Featuring Garth Brooks, Cher, Brooks and Dunn, Alicia Keys, Toby Keith, Lenny Kravitz, NSYNC, Kid Rock, Shag, Britney Spears, and more.
This is America's music.
Hosted by Sean P. Diddy Combs and Jenny McCarthy.
Wow!
Wednesday, January 9th at 8/7 Central.
Only on ABC.
Patrick Waugh, Sackett Geisman, Colorado, Detroit. Even I'll be watching that one on ABC.
The NHL on ABC. Next Saturday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific.
Lexus halftime show continuing. 16-7 Tampa Bay leading, and of course beginning Tuesday, New Year's Day, the big college bowl games. We have them all here on ABC. A lot of the great action will take place right here in the Sunshine State. A preview look of what's coming up next week here on ABC. Our 5-game lineup begins on New Year's Day with the Capital One Florida Citrus Bowl at 1 Eastern time as Michigan and Tennessee meet in Orlando. Then at 4:30 Eastern, the Bowl Championship Series begins with the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl as Colorado and Oregon meet in the Arizona desert. The Buffaloes, coming off a huge late-season win over Nebraska, are looking to prove that they should be playing for the national title.
I could be pretty justified in saying Colorado's better than Nebraska. You know, they keep playing like that. I don't think there's any defense that can stop them.
Senior quarterback Joey Harrington leads Oregon's balanced offensive attack as the Pac-10 champs try to record the first 11-win season in school history.
Remember, the Ducks are the most versatile animal in the animal kingdom. They can walk, they can swim, they can fly. Enough said.
That night, it's on to New Orleans for a primetime matchup in the Nokia Sugar Bowl. Big Ten champion Illinois takes on the LSU Tigers. On Wednesday night, January 2nd, it's the FedEx Orange Bowl. College football Cinderella team, the Maryland Terrapins, go to Miami to meet Steve Spurrier's high-powered Florida Gators. Then on Thursday night, January 3rd, the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T, kicks off with a national championship on the line. The undefeated Miami Hurricanes look to end the debate and wrap up a perfect season with a national crown.
Mismatch. Kane should win it easy. It's the best team we've ever put on the field. There's not any form of a weakness on the ball club. We're just going to run the ball, throw it, and do whatever we do.
But the Nebraska Cornhuskers are out to prove they are the best team in the nation.
Nebraska's coming into the game with nothing to lose. You know, by sneaking in the back door like they did, all the pressure's off them. They just have to go out there and play their game.
It's the grand finale at the granddaddy of them all. 5 great games, 3 days, 1 network. ABC Sports.
I like to look at things of beauty. They make me dream. They make me wish. They make me smile. The all-new Lexus ES 300, a new world of luxury.
This halftime show brought to you by Lexus and the all-new ES300, a new world of luxury. We'll be back with the second half kickoff after this from our ABC station.
If we're quiet, if we listen, we can hear houses breathe. Bad houses hate our warmth, our humanness.
Stephen King's Rose Red, January 27th at 9/8 Central on ABC. Viewer discretion advised. If ever there were a year the world needed to come together, this is the year, and this is the place.
On New Year's Eve, we're reaching out to the world again.
ABC 2002, New Year's Eve.
Then, stay with 28 Tampa Bay News, the best place to spend the last moments of 2001 right before the ball drops.
Then, there's only one place to see the ball drop in Times Square. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve.
The best place to spend the last moments of 2001 only on 28 Tampa Bay News at 11.
Make no mistake, the message is clear. It's time for great year-end values and amazing selection. Toyotathon 02. Take Corolla. Time is running out on your last chance for incredible year-end savings on a great car. Get $1,000 cash back or 0% APR financing on every new Corolla. Don't wait. Toyotathon deals end soon. Toyotathon 02. Password value.
Calling a few pals? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Hey, guys. Hanging out? I'll hang out.
America is on the go. And so is 0% financing at your local Chevy dealer. You only have until January 2nd to take advantage of 0% financing on almost every new car and truck we build. Now is no time to slow down because this offer ends soon. So keep America rolling. Hurry into your Southern Chevy dealer and make your money count today.
Let's dance.
And back we come to Tampa. Al Michaels, Dan Fouch, Dennis Miller, Eric Dickerson, and Melissa Stark. Saturday night football. No game on Monday night. It's New Year's Eve. But next Monday we go to Baltimore where the Ravens take on Minnesota in a game they hope they don't have to win to get into the playoffs. Back to receive is Aaron Stecker. And Danny Kite to kick off. Again, the Bucs. Never a kickoff return for a touchdown in the history of the franchise, and it won't happen here either.
Yeah, the Ravens only trail by 9 points, but it could be a whole lot worse. That first half was a disaster. Elvis Gerbach with an interception here to Rondé Barber. That was his 17th of the year. Then Todd Yoder comes in clean on Kyle Richardson. That led to a field goal. Then this interception by Derek Brooks. That led to Brad Johnson's one-yard quarterback sneak. But the Buccaneers had great field position. They should have more points than 16.
2 turnovers, blocked punt, ball at the 20-yard line. Johnson throws, catch made, all stopped. He gets banged out of bounds by Corey Harris after a gain of 5.
And when you take a look at the first half stats, you got to keep in mind that 5 of Tampa Bay's 7 drives started in Baltimore territory. So you can see they don't have a whole lot of yards, but the Ravens in control there, but not on the scoreboard. Brad Johnson just 7 yards per completion, and not a whole lot of production out of Dunn or Keyshawn Johnson.
First down, Brad Johnson leads him up at the 26-yard line. Keep it on the ground, and Warwick Dunn on second down gets hit by Jamie Sharper. And let's check in with Eric.
Al, I spoke to Tony Dungy at halftime. He said that they have to take advantage of the turnovers that they had in the first half. He said we cannot score 3 points. We need to get touchdowns. He also said that they want to get Warwick Dunn more involved in the 3-wide sets to get more pressure on their defense.
Well, he starts with a pass to Alstott, a run by Dunn. 3rd down and 7 now at the 23-yard line out of the shotgun. Blitz. Johnson whacked as he throws, and it's incomplete. It was Corey Harris sneaking in. Safety blitz.
Really a well-designed blitz, Al, as Ray Lewis lined up on the outside, and Corey Harris basically took the position of middle linebacker in place of Lewis and came right up the middle. Here is Harris right here. From the outside comes Ray Lewis. But watch Harris get in there just an instant late. But that caused that errant throw by Brad Johnson.
Talked about the 4 Buccaneers who went to Vanderbilt. Harris is the one Raven who is an ex-Commodore. Bring it out on Tampa's first possession as Mark Royal sends a low liner that bounces at the 40. Fielded on 2 hops by Jermaine Lewis, and he brings it back up to the 42-yard line.
You know, Vanderbilt's team doesn't have that many Vanderbilt players on it.
Here comes Gerback. Baltimore down by 9.
What would you do if someone passed you the keys to a Pontiac Grand Prix for a week?
We're on our way to Lime Rock, premier Grand Prix racetrack around here.
Or else would you take a Grand Prix, except on a Grand Prix track?
You see how you handle, baby.
Did I tell you?
It's so much fun.
Get out of my way.
Talk about an adventure. None of us have ever been to AC.
Tuxes, dinner.
What do you mean it's nice? I don't look like a waiter.
Can you hit him?
So what would you do with the Pontiac Grand Prix?
Elvis!
Tell us at Pontiac.com.
That was fun. Hey, would you be my big, strong watchdog and guard my Bud Light while I go to the ladies' room?
Woof, baby.
Hey, that's Richard.
Hey, go on over. Oh, he got moved. Look, he got moved. Stop. Go, 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 go.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
It ain't that bad.
Maybe it's much too early in the game, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you when New Year's Eve? 30 years, and it's still the only place to be on New Year's Eve with Dick Clark and today's hottest music. What are you doing New Year's Eve? Live from Times Square, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, 30th anniversary only on ABC. Country, pop, or rock, we've got the show for you. The 29th Annual American Music Awards. Live. Hosted by Sean P. Diddy Combs and Jenny McCarthy. Wednesday, January 9th on ABC.
Ray Lewis. You can always count on Ray for mic'd up at the half, can't you?
Yeah, how's that pizza?
Thanks, boys. Freddie short-counted me there. Sorry about that. I'm just finishing dinner. No problem. First down at the 42-yard line as Gerback throws, and that's incomplete. Travis Taylor, the intended receiver. Rondé Barber covering. Here's Melissa.
Well, Al, in Brian Billick's words, Elvis Gerback is fine. Yes, he's banged up, but everybody's banged up this time of year. He is not hurt enough to take him out of the game. Billick's main message at halftime, eliminate the mistakes. He said, we're approaching tonight like it's a playoff game, and you don't win in the playoffs with the penalties and the turnovers.
That's what Dr. Nick said about Elvis all the time. He's fine.
Second down, 10. Allen. No gain. Third down and 10.
Now we highlighted or low-lighted Elvis's troubles in the first half. You can see that well below 500 with the 2 interceptions. That's what Brian Billick was talking about. You just can't have the turnovers in a defensive battle such as we have tonight.
Third and 10 at the 42-yard line. Pressure on Gerback. Down he goes. It was Dexter Jackson on the safety blitz and Steve White, 34 and 94.
Brian Billick may be saying that Elvis is okay, but the Buccaneers are going to make sure he's not. They've thrown 2 passes are trying to get off 2 passes here in the second half, and both times the Buccaneers came with a blitz. This time, Dexter Jackson, 34, comes clean on the first down play. John Lynch came with pressure, so the Buccaneers are going to come after Elvis.
Now Richardson. Short angled kick, but it takes a good Baltimore bounce. A flag goes down. The flag is thrown back in the area where Richardson punted.
Well, and you wonder if it might not be holding against Joe Maese up front again, or perhaps another of the punt block protectors there.
Would have been a 50-yard kick.
Offense, number 30, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 4th down.
So instead of a 50-yard kick and he got a very fortuitous bounce, you have a hold on Ian Badejo.
And they're going to have to punt again. So Ian Badejo, number 30, here he is on the wing here, as John Howell jumps to the inside, and that's just a clean tackle. Well, Joe Marciano, special teams coach of the Buccaneers, really has something on the Ravens punt team. Blocked one, constant pressure, 2 holding penalties against the Ravens trying to protect Kyle Richardson.
Ian Badejo keeps tackling like that, going to send him down to cover the punt.
Well, Marciano working so hard this week, he didn't have time to shave.
Nothing wrong with that.
Richardson, line drive kick. We have another flag. And you have Williams running it back into Baltimore territory to the 46-yard line. But Hantak throws another flag.
They get Robbie Abdullah for roughing the punter. Yeah. Question is, this one might be 15 and 1st down for Baltimore.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Number 27, 15 yards. 1st down.
Oh, boy.
And that was 4th down and 25. Talk about a mental mistake by Abdullah. You've got no business getting anywhere near this punt at 4th and 25. Boy, Richardson lucky didn't blow out his knee, too. Abdullah's number 27. He's just got to realize that he's got no shot at blocking that one. Just let him kick it.
So an automatic 1st down on the 15-yard variety. Running into the kicker, a 5-yard variety, is not an automatic 1st down. And that's the Bucs' first penalty of the game. Couldn't come at a worse time for him, because it gives Baltimore new life as they try to climb back into it at the 41-yard line on 1st and 10. And it's a 4-yard gain. As it couldn't have come at a worse time than 4th and 25.
It's almost like a turnover. It's as if Williams ran the ball back and fumbled and gave the ball right back to the Ravens.
Yeah, but with Richardson's propensity for having him blocked, I've seen worse roughing the kickers than that. I mean, I know he took him on the knee, but it wasn't like he ran into him stupidly. He just took a dive and came down wrong.
Now, he's got to realize when you got a clean shot at making a block, and also when it's 4th and 25.
2nd and 6 from the 45-yard line. Allen hit first by Jamie Duncan. Gain of 1. 3rd and 5. Gerback, last year at Kansas City, originally drafted by the 49ers, has a Super Bowl ring. He backed up Steve Young when the Niners won it all in '94, beating San Diego in the Super Bowl. Tony Dungy, he didn't figure that Brad would be available because he thought Brad was going to Baltimore. The next thing you know, Johnson indicates interest in Tampa Bay, and here he is, and Sean King is on the bench. 3rd down and 4 from the 46. And Gerback gets sacked, and that is Steve White. And Steve White is only playing this much because Marcus Jones was hurt early in the game. He will not return, and White doing a masterful job filling in.
He's got more sacks than Marcus Jones in a fill-in role. Here he is, 94, getting around Kip Vickers. But the problem with the pass protection there is that Warren Sapp is so wide, he's out in the gap between the tackle and the guard, so Vickers has to take a shot at him, and that allowed White to get around the corner.
So now Richardson to kick again. You know, his leg is warm. This is his 3rd punt in the last couple of minutes. Wobbly, short. Takes the Baltimore bounce, fielded by Williams at the 20, and Williams gets knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
See, there's your big rish for going after Richardson. He's a little flinchy now.
No question.
He's got another guy rolling on his feet there.
Got the yip.
Tampa has it near midfield.
Because your toes miss the ocean. Because fall in New England only happens in New England. Because the best fishing is always the furthest away. Because your inner cowboy needs to yodel. Because babies are only babies for so long.
There's a light in your soul that says you're one of a kind. You'll never let it go. Be original, an individual, yeah, like Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Nothing better. Be you, do what.
Don't feel like stopping? Neither does your Pontiac dealer. Because now through January 2nd, get 0% APR financing on all new Pontiac models, plus $500 holiday bonus on select models. Interest-free financing, plus $500 holiday bonus on Grand Am, Grand Prix, Montana, and Sunfire. Hurry, because you've only got until January 2nd. Keep America rolling. See your local Pontiac dealer today.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
30 years, and it's still the only place to be on New Year's Eve with Dick Clark and today's hottest music live from Times Square. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, only on ABC.
Dick Clark was at the first New Year's Eve. Oh, Dick Clark's rocking second Year's Eve.
First down, this is Warwick Dunn picking up 3. Well, we had Ray Lewis mic'd up at the half. Here's an outtake with him talking about defending Keyshawn Johnson.
Hey, I'm gonna press his ass. He ain't gonna outrun you. All right? Tell Tristan Dwayne to get their hands on Keyshawn. Game over. That's all you got to tell them. You ain't got to coach them. Tell them to get their hands on him. Game over. I'm telling you now.
Second down and 6 as Johnson throws. Here's Dunn out in the flat, seeking the first down and getting it.
And what Ray Lewis is talking about is he was challenging Chris McAllister to come up on the line of scrimmage, press Keyshawn off the line of scrimmage. Don't worry about Keyshawn running behind him. Then he goes to the veteran, 15-year vet, Rod Woodson, and tells him to tell McAllister and Dwayne Starks on the other side that if you take Keyshawn out of the game, we win this game.
More importantly, are we allowed to say ass?
No.
Okay.
First and 10 to the 39-yard line. Johnson going deep for Johnson. Incomplete.
And by McAllister. A good example that Keyshawn will not outrun Chris McAllister, especially if McAllister plays him deep. Look how deep he is. 10 yards from Johnson at the snap of the ball. Johnson's a long strider, not much of a fake there. McAllister reading that ball and makes the play on it. And then as he comes back to the huddle, points to Ray Lewis and says, I got you, man.
Was not Lewis's admonition to press him? Or did I hear that wrong?
Absolutely. But he also said, don't worry, he can't outrun you.
Okay.
So in that play, McAllister backed off because that was the defense that was called. Ray would like to see him up on the line of scrimmage, but can't argue with the results on that one.
Larry Webster, the defensive tackle, seeing a little bit more action tonight because of Siragusa's health. Sam Adams also had been hurt. He's worked his way back into the lineup, and now they're going to lose Webster.
And McCrary, a big loss.
Right, McCrary gone, of course, a Pro Bowler, and you talked at the very top about the loss earlier this season of Leon Searcy, Loss of Jamal Lewis. Billick trying to keep everything together and get him hot going into the playoffs. Second down and 10 as Allstott fights his way, and that's quintessential Allstott to the 34-yard line. When it looks like he has nothing, the next thing you know, picks up about 4.
And a lot of it is just pure desire, but it's also smart running. As he jumps to the outside here, watch the quick feet. Now watch how he lowers his pad level. Watch how low he gets to the ground here as he heads north. I'm not sure if that's north or not, but in football terms, this is running north. You go west a little bit, then you make that right turn, lower your head, and get down the field.
He gets a blow. Empty backfield here, empty set. Third down and 5. Quick flip, but stopped is Jack Wes Green, who does not get the first down. Needed 5, got about 3.5. Tackled by McAllister.
That pep talk by Ray Lewis really got to Chris McAllister. This is an outstanding job of closing after the reception by McAllister. Watch him looking in at the quarterback. He's got 5 yards he's got to close when that ball is in the air. He does it and keeps the Buccaneers from picking up the first down.
Yeah, that first down marker, get to it truism holds especially true against the Baltimore Ravens, because you're not going to run through many tackles on these guys. It might be the best tackling team in the world.
Now Bryan is at a perfect night. This will be a 48-yard field goal attempt. His old holder from New Orleans, Mark Royals, is spotted for him. And there's a whistle. There's no play. The whistle before the play for delay of game.
Delay offense.
Punt team.
Yeah.
Punt team, get out there.
You go from 48 to 53. Well, Royals can stay out there on the punt team. He was the holder on the field goal team. And now the punter on the punt unit.
There's the play clock. Runs down to 0. Ball snapped. The real heartbreaker is that this ball was short.
Heartbreaker for Bryan.
Yeah.
Well, if he was short from 48, why not try it from 53?
I tell you, I wonder about his stamina. Got a workout tonight.
Mark Royals halfway through the third quarter. Little pooch. Taken at the 6-yard line. Good coverage. Getting down there was Dwight Smith. To down it at the 6-yard line.
Say pooch again, Dan.
Pooch. Gallapoochie pup.
Beautiful.
Now anyone can be a digital DJ. With the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world.
They call it the season of hope, the season of joy, the season of light. When parents seem more like children and children like angels. And State Farm wants to wish you all the hope, joy, and light the season has to bring.
Oh, what a day.
The seating capacity of a minivan. Capabilities of an SUV. The smooth ride of a luxury car. All in one, totally innovative package. The all-new Buick Rendezvous.
Guess we're not in Kansas anymore.
Buick Rendezvous. It's all good.
Did you check your list?
Come in. You're expected.
Who says houses don't have feelings? Stephen King's Rose Red, coming to ABC Sunday, January 27th at 9/8 Central. Viewer discretion advised.
Our special forces are in full flight.
the Dolls.
You are?
Yeah, I'm off it.
First and 10 from the 6-yard line. Gerback throws, and a big 16-yard pickup to Todd Heap up to the 22-yard line to begin this drive.
Denny, why are you off the Dolls? You know what? I've rethought my position. I don't know what I was thinking, Al. I haven't been feeling myself there. I'm a little off my feet. I love the Dolls.
Wait till we get to the playoffs and the Eagle Dog comes back.
Well, the Eagle Dog creeps me a little. I had to put out a restraining order on the Eagle Dog. 30 feet, he sees time.
First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Allen picks up 3. Well, Warren Sapp, he does not have a full sack this season at home, amazingly enough. Take a look at last year's sack leaders. Glover of New Orleans at 17, Warren at 16.5. So did Trace Armstrong, then a Dolphin, and Hugh Douglas at 15. How are those guys doing this season? Not as well, as you can see. And then Green and Taylor are the only guys with 15-plus sacks in each of 2 consecutive years. Hantak throwing a flag
on Kip Vickers. False start.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Remember Warren Sapp trying to ignite a fire. Said that he was going to break the sack record this year. 7 home games, a half sack.
The amazing thing about his year last year and Leroy Glover's of the Saints last year, they're inside tackle. That's a phenomenal number. Where he's at now and where he'll be at the end of the year, a lot of double teams, too many to overcome.
Second and 11. Out in the flat, that's Mo Williams making the catch. Doesn't go anywhere. Jamie Duncan hit him first. Rondé Barber finished him off.
We're seeing how important and critical penalties are in a defensive battle. The penalty by Vickers took away the little bit of momentum that Gerback and the Ravens got when Gerback hit Todd Heap over the middle to get off their own goal line.
Third and 11. And that catch is made, but not for a first down, as Travis Taylor, who scored the Baltimore touchdown in the second quarter, comes up 2 yards shy. Donnie Abraham denies him the first down.
Wonder if we're seeing Travis Taylor move past Kadri Ismail on the third down flow chart, because Ismail's got 23 third down receptions this year.
Ismail, by the way, doesn't have a catch tonight.
Taylor had a pro push-off in that first half. The kid give him stout points.
Got away with it. Here's Richardson to punt. Flag is thrown, and this is Williams to the 48-yard line. Might be a hold on Maisi again.
Yeah,
Yoder got in there.
Yes, he did, Al. Unbelievable how one man can, on special teams, affect the game.
Well, all week
for both
long.
teams.
Yeah, all week long, everybody's been anticipating the Yoder-Maisi's matchup.
Well, Maisi's 241 pounds working against Todd Yoder.
Offense, number 59.
They got to give him some help.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Sure do. Penalty decline. Tampa has it at its own 48.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty. Available with the Duramax diesel. The most powerful diesel you can get in a pickup. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
It orders pizza. It has an FM stereo so you can listen to music while waiting for pizza. It two-ways friends to come over for pizza. It has voice-activated dialing so you can order more pizza. Pizza. Without putting down your pizza. Get a free clip-on speaker when you buy and activate the Motorola V.120 digital phone, now at Verizon Wireless.
Right.
Do you have screwdriver too? I'm in.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Right, yep.
Pliers.
Make it a Bud Light.
Martin Gramatica pulled hamstring last week. He actually practiced yesterday, even though they brought Doug Bryan in to kick.
Well, it might be sympathetic pain from his brother Billy's injury the previous, a few weeks ago, I guess it is now. Say what you will about the Gramaticas, but they celebrate like no one. Unlike F. Scott and Zelda, they don't come home till March.
Bill Gramatica of the Arizona Cardinals with that ill-fated celebration against the Giants. And Warwick Dunn has room to roam and picks up a first down. 17-yard gain.
Well, the Gramaticas obviously great kickers. They're clutch guys, but they also overact a little, like our friend Roberto. You can see they have some of the similar moves out. There's where Benini hurt his knee, jumping up like that. And they're a little delicate this year, the Gramaticas. They kind of like make Garo Yeprebian look like Vasily Alexian.
Here's Allstott. And he picks up close to 10. Tackled by Brad Jackson.
Looks like to be Billy Gramatica living in your brother's shadow when he's like 5'3". It's a tight fit.
Now the Buccaneers are finding something on the left side as Allstott cuts all the way away from Jamie Sharper. Back-to-back runs. First it's Warwick Dunn, and then it's Allstott as Peter Boulware takes himself out of the play. Nice block by Cook.
Jamil Cook helping to pave the way. Here's Allstott.
Wow.
Picks up 4.
Remember, Peter Boulware is a linebacker, weighs 255 pounds or so, but he's been forced to play a lot of defensive end.
You know, if most fullbacks run downhill, Allstott's like that guy from the ski jump at the beginning of Wide World of Sports. He really comes downhill.
Vinko Bogataj, I believe was his name.
Of course, I didn't even strike for it. I knew it was from.
I'm just trying to remember it. He didn't have a name and number on his back. Gain of 1 for Allstott. Well, guys, you've got the Ravens here tonight trying to secure a playoff berth. You know, the Raiders look like they're leaking a little bit of oil after last week. Pittsburgh stays red hot, though.
It's amazing how Tony Dungy seems to always get his team to play well in December. They were stumbling around all year. They said, oh, that's okay. We'll be all right come December. And sure, here they are.
You're right. Both teams, as we said at the top, Dungy with a great record in December. Billick's had a great record in December. 3rd down and 6 at the 22-yard line as Johnson throws, and that one is thrown away, intended for Jacquez Green. But you know what? I mean, it's looking more and more like those who doubt your Steelers, Denny, are wrong.
Well, Pittsburgh might be this year's Baltimore, Al. You might not realize how good they are until you see them hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. And when we were talking to Billick, he flat out said his MVP this year is none other than Cordell Stewart.
Going to get a lot of votes.
How about a crazy time for a fake field goal?
Well, Mark Royals is the holder. This is a 40-yard attempt for Bryan. And Bryan's kick this time is no good.
That looks like a tired leg, too. That ball just started out right and never hooked back into the middle.
And that means Baltimore is going to get it at the 30 when we come back.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Thanks for all your help. Good job.
Wow.
Honey, can we start now?
Yes. Yes, we can.
We know how you feel, and that's why we're here. Circuit City. We're with you.
Yeah, just put that anywhere.
Right now, Verizon Wireless is giving you time for you and your family, wherever you are.
It's time for the Family Share plan, only from Verizon Wireless. With Family Share, get up to 4 lines on one plan. And now get 3,500 total monthly minutes to share, with nationwide long distance included. So you can call anyone, anywhere in the U.S. and talk all you want. Act now and get up to 4 Nokia phones free after mail-in rebate with activation.
So you have time for all the things that matter most. Only from Verizon Wireless. Join in.
First down for Miami at the 46-yard line. And he's going for 6 into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
No matter who your favorite team is, NFL Shop is the biggest selection of authentic NFL gear from all 32 teams. Call 1-877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
Every Saturday night, James Bond's gonna push your buttons.
The jacket to see.
The Bond Picture Show premieres Saturday, January 26th on ABC.
Hello, I'm Peter Bower of the Baltimore Ravens. I'd like to wish our military troops a Happy New Year. Thank you for serving our country and protecting our freedom.
Once again, we echo those sentiments. See Bushy out at Crawford. See Beautiful saying that Osama bin Laden used to run a country. Now he runs a cave.
Beautiful. You're right.
I love the Bushman.
Bushy.
Yep.
Bushman.
I love the Bushman. We're coming to Baltimore next year, Prez. If you're sitting out there in Crawford with Tommy the General who's in his speedy jammies and beret, come in and join us in the booth.
Come on in. Come on in at halftime. Sir, we're open again for business. From the 30-yard line, here's Gerback. Up to the 32-yard line. Buck say no catch. Official said yes, he did. Terry Allen made the catch. Tonight's game being brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up, never let you down, make it a Bud Light. The Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world. Pontiac. What would you do with some Pontiac excitement? And Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36. Ravens, a minute 20 to go in the third, and down by 9, and on second and long, it's Ismail who is able to make the catch, his first grab of the night, and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Dexter Jackson, 25-yard pickup. Jackson made the tackle.
Buccaneers might want to take a look at this one to see if Ismail got both feet in. He really took a shot here from Dexter Jackson. Right foot down, left foot down. Great play by Raheem Ismail. Cadre, rather.
Puts him over 1,000 yards for the season. 70 catches now. His first of the game right there. Gerback steps up, fires into traffic, and guns it into Travis Taylor at the 24-yard line. Whizzed it by Brooks, who had an earlier pick.
You know, it's funny, that's the first we see a Cadre this night, but there's also another forgotten man on this offense. Where's Brandon Stokely from last year? We haven't seen him at all, have we?
They've only thrown to him once.
Elvis getting into rhythm here, even with the bad leg. 2 fine throws in a row.
Perfect spiral. First down, 24-yard line. Big drive for the Ravens, trying to climb back in it, and Allen breaks one inside the 10, all the way down to the 2-yard line. Finally tackled by Brian Kelly, and so the Ravens come to life at the end of the third, and they will begin the fourth with a first and goal. And that is the end of the third quarter. With the score, Tampa Bay 16, Baltimore 7, and ABC's Holiday Bash from Tampa returns after this from our ABC station.
16, Baltimore 7.
The NFL regular season wraps up next Monday. The Super Bowl champion Ravens are primed for a playoff run. Minnesota aims to put the champs down to the count. Vikings, Ravens, are you ready? Monday Night Football next Monday, January 7th.
It's very clear our love is here to stay.
The best gift this holiday? Coming home. And now Chrysler has a Home for the Holidays package that makes getting there easier. 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR financing on select Voyager and Town & Country minivans. something Honda and Ford don't give you. So hurry in. Plus now, an extra $300 bonus.
Hey, Billy, go long.
Not again.
Hey, Larry, wake up.
No!
Hey, neighbor, quick slant. Oh, all right, go.
Oh, it's sad, really.
Now that Sound Advice offers the new Mitsubishi widescreen HD TV and pay absolutely nothing till 2003, maybe Joe Montana can finally retire. June Sky. Sound Advice. We get Sound Advice on the best electronics.
Over the river and through the woods.
Still have family waiting to see you this holiday? Well, before you see them, see us, your Jeep dealer, for a special Home for the Holidays package. Two-wheel drive Grand Cherokees with 0% financing and 7-year 100,000-mile powertrain protection. A package neither BMW nor Lexus give you. So see your Jeep dealer today. And don't keep the family waiting. Plus now, an extra $300 bonus.
The Buck Zone, Sunday night, right after 28 Tampa Bay News.
Fourth quarter begins. Ball over the first and goal, and Terry Allen can only pick up a half yard or so. Ball coming loose, but well after the play, and then Allen gets into it. But Nate Webster's caught me.
You know, Brian Billick said that they're more explosive this year than they were last year. Finally, we're seeing that explosiveness. Prior to that play, the Ravens went 65 yards in just 3 plays to get to the second down and goal.
Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator. His unit trying to limit Baltimore to a field goal attempt at second down and goal from the 2. And here's Allen. He gets to the 1-yard line. And that's all. Third and goal coming up.
Derek Brooks is going to read this play and fill the hole. Watch number 55 here. Reads the lead block of Sam Gash. Defeats it, loses his helmet. Still sticks his head in there to make the tackle on Terry Allen. That's why the guy's been in the Pro Bowl 4 times.
Terry Allen with a slew of 1-yard touchdown runs in his career. But he's not even in the game here, and the play is whistled dead before the snap.
Ball start. Offense. Number 64. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Edwin Mulatalo has taken them from the 1-yard line to the 6-yard line.
Lucky on that one. Steve White was coming free again.
This will allow the Buccaneers to bring their nickel personnel in for the secondary, anticipating a pass from Gerback.
Empty set. Gerback into the back of the end zone, but too high for Todd Heap. Leaping for it, couldn't possibly have come down in bounds. They'll have to settle for a 3-point attempt.
It's like the old days when the goalposts were up near the goal line. You had to be conscious of them.
6'5", Todd Heap needed to be 7'5" to make this one to get down in bounds. Give Nate Webster some credit for forcing the high throw.
Matt Stover now a 24-yard field goal attempt, his first field goal attempt of the night. And it draws Baltimore to within 6. Mulatalo's mistake perhaps costing them a touchdown, making it 16-10 Tampa Bay.
to just let go. It's okay. We're all going to good homes.
The NFL regular season wraps up next Monday. The Super Bowl champion Ravens are primed for the playoffs. The Vikings aim to put that champs down for the count. Monday Night Football, January 7th.
Highlights of tonight's game, reports from around the NFL, all of the day's sports news at midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific on ESPN's Sports Center. Well, Melinda Rosser is the chosen woman tonight, part of the promotion here, since the Bucs have never had a kickoff return for a touchdown. If they do it right here, she'll be $1 million richer, minus taxes. Taken up at the 22 by Robbie Abdullah on the short kick by Kite to the 34. Let's check in with Melissa.
Al, as you mentioned earlier, if the Buccaneers win tonight, it reduces the Giants' chances of making the playoffs. That puts Geraldine Barber in a very difficult position. She is the mother of Rondé, who, of course, plays here, and Tiki, who plays in New York. She said the first 2 years in the league, their first 2 years, they played against each other, and she thought that was the absolute worst, but that nothing compares to this. Today is her birthday, and she said that the best present she could hope for is for both of her boys to walk away from their games feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, her boys playing in the two biggest games in the league this weekend. First down as Johnson goes back to pass. Fires too high, sailed on him, and it's incomplete, intended for Keyshawn Johnson, who has not caught a pass since very early in the second period.
And they really haven't thrown him a lot of those crossing routes. That was a deeper crossing route that Brad Johnson was trying to force into Keyshawn, but he's caught so many passes on the shallow drag off the play action. But the Ravens, with Ray Lewis lurking in the middle, have taken that away.
Second and 10 from the 35-yard line. Done. Picks up 3. Talked about Keyshawn and how many catches he has. And this is right up to the moment, 105 with 3 tonight. Jimmy Smith of the Jags with 100. Then Ron Smith of Denver would be third. Record 123. Herman Moore of the Lions did it in 1995. Keyshawn would need 19 more, and he only has 5 quarters in which to accomplish that.
And 4 of those quarters against those great corners of the Eagles.
Next week.
Don't like his chances.
Next Sunday night, 3rd down and 6. Brad Johnson throws, and coming back to make the catch at the 47 was Jeff Wes Green. Ray Lewis was blitzing that time. Hit Johnson as he got it away, but Green was able to adjust on the route, picks up the first.
Ray Lewis on a looping blitz from his middle linebacker position there. Going to come in just a little bit late. You see the stunt right there. He's got the clear lane to the quarterback. Johnson fades in the pocket just enough to be able to throw this ball against man coverage outside to Green. Timing was perfect as McAllister playing way off.
At the 47-yard line, 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter with Tampa up by 6, and Allstott banging his way to the 43-yard line, gain of 4. Lewis in on that stop.
And that last play is a good example of why Marvin Lewis, defensive coordinator for the Ravens, doesn't like to blitz. If you don't get to the quarterback, you expose your corners to man-to-man coverage. A veteran quarterback like Brad Johnson has the timing, reads the blitz, and gets the ball to his receiver before they can make a play.
All you have to do, though, is hang in there with number 52 looming in your face.
A B-52.
Second and 6 from the 43. Allstott inside the 40, bangs his way for a first down to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about the Ravens defense. You might have to rate them as one of the best all time, and they really don't blitz. They don't need a lot of sacks.
Watch the explosion here. Watch how low Allstott comes on Corey Harris and just drives him backwards. But this is the sound of it. Man. Pretty good night for Allstott and Dunn. 49 yards for Allstott, 44 for Dunn.
And they're Bolton the game here. From the 36, they give it to Dunn. Picks up 33. Check in with Eric.
Well, watching from the field, one thing I like about these Ravens linebackers is their speed. They're able to run like linebackers, and they have great stamina. Now, we're in the fourth quarter, and they're still running like we're in the first quarter. They seem to never get tired. And they also are very good tacklers in open space.
Well, you know, Lewis has those beautiful choppy steps. His feet always seem so close to the ground. It's tough to get him off his feet.
Second and 7 from the 33-yard line. Dunn. And Sam Adams makes it a done deal.
Yeah,
at the 32.
Now it's going to be illegal motion against the Buccaneers. Jaquez Green was moving at the same time.
Two guys in motion, illegal shift.
Illegal motion. Offense. Two men moving at the same time. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. Second down.
It's almost like a penalty. Just takes all this crowd out of the game. They realize how important every yard is in a battle like this.
Especially on a drive like this, too, because it's a 6-point game, and at worst, they want to get Bryant in position to make Baltimore have to score twice. And that's what a field goal would do here. Second down and 12. Johnson sets up, throws underneath. It's caught by Keyshawn Johnson. Johnson to Johnson for a minimal gain. Tackled there by Lewis and Sharper.
Well, I'm not sure the beginning of taking this crowd out of the game doesn't actually go back to the end of the first half when they get so tentative in their play calling towards the end. If you want to activate the crowd, you got to give them what they're here for.
They finally are going to find Keyshawn on one of those shallow crossing routes, but Carnell Lake, he knows it's coming. He took a shot at Keyshawn on his way to the quarterback.
Third down, 9. They're outside Bryan's range here. And Johnson throws this one incomplete off the hands of the outstretched Jaquez Green, covered by Corey Harris. No flag.
Again, that two men in motion penalty is going to hurt the Buccaneers. You talk about Doug Bryan's range. Wonder what it is at this point.
Well, you can't take a chance because it would be a 53-yarder, which meant if you missed it, Baltimore would get the ball at its own 43. So you're compelled to pooch it.
Unless you want to bring Lynch in for the long kick.
All about field position at this point.
Royals angles it. Oh, beautifully. Covered by Dwight Smith. That's the second time tonight he's made a big-time play inside the 5-yard line.
You asked for it, you got it, Dano.
That's a pooch and a half.
That is a Kennel Club winner.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you.
John Nash was one of the greatest minds of his generation.
You are the best codebreaker I have ever seen.
But the extraordinary gift that set him apart
I've got myself into something.
would push him beyond his limits.
John, talk to me!
A Beautiful Mind, nominated for 6 Golden Globes, including Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Picture. A Beautiful Mind, rated PG-13. Now playing in select theaters, opens Friday everywhere.
It's easy to spot your local new car dealer.
I see you have your eye on that cupcake. Good choice. Let me tell you what that comes with.
They're the ones committed to helping out in your community.
So tell me, what's it going to take to get you into this potato sack?
New car dealers also employ over 1 million people, making them a big part of every town.
So, cowboy, let's see what this baby can do.
The National Automobile Dealers Association, part of your home team.
New Orleans rocks on New Year's Day. Big Ten champ Illinois meets SEC champ LSU. The Nokia Sugar Bowl, New Year's Day in prime time on ABC.
During the break, Warren Sapp really got the crowd going, serving as the cheerleader. And the crowd has responded. Baltimore is pinned deep at their own 2-yard line. Down by 6 with 8:35 left in the fourth quarter. And they begin with a Terry Allen 4-yard burst. Lost the ball, but after the whistle. Coming up on ABC, the NHL is back next Saturday, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Colorado and Detroit, the Rangers in Pittsburgh, Capitals and Bruins. Regional coverage of the National Hockey League next Saturday right here on ABC.
What kind of years Eddie Jockman having?
Eddie? Yeah. He may be making a comeback. And Gump Worsley, too. Second down and 6. Gerbach 6 out of 8 in this half. And a little mistiming on the handoff to Terry Allen, and that doesn't go anywhere. It's third down and 6.
And coming off the goal line, the Ravens are choosing to go right at the heart of that Buccaneer defense, right up the middle against Sapp and McFarland. This is where the crowd really can help the Buccaneer defense. The Ravens do not use a silent count. Difficult to even get the play called in the huddle right here with the fans right behind the Raven huddle.
Third and 6 from the 6. Gerbach to the outside, caught. Good catch. Travis Taylor moves the chains, covered by Donnie Abraham. First down at the 15.
Just like you said, the focus seems to be moving away from Qadri Ismail on third down. A couple of times now tonight that Elvis has found number 89, Travis Taylor. And again, the timing is impeccable. Before Taylor is even turned around, the ball's on the way and right in front of his eyes for the easy catch.
4 catches for Taylor tonight, 51 yards and a touchdown. Under 7 to go from the 15 on first down. Gerbach buying time, throws, open is Allen, and Allen gets taken down by Quarles, just shy of the first down. Second and 1.
Talk about a tall order coming off your goal line, having to drive the length of the field and get a touchdown. That is what faces Elvis Gerbach and these Ravens.
At worst, at least to get it in position where if they have to punt and then they hold Tampa, they should get the ball back following the punt in decent position. Second down and 1 at the 24-yard line, and moving through the middle this time is Mo Williams across the 25, and that's a first down. So from their 2, they've gotten it out to the 26-yard line.
Mo Williams was running behind big fullback, number 32, Sam Gash. Check him out right behind Gerbach there. Here he comes, meeting that Jamie Duncan, and watch Williams just get inside to pick up that first down.
Sticking on the ground again. There's a flag coming in from the umpire. And that's Mo Williams on a play that figures to go back. 99% of the time when the ump throws the flag, that's the call.
It might be Edwin Mulatalo with the holding on Anthony McFarland.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards from the previous flag. Repeat the down. First down.
Carl Madsen is our umpire. Let's take a look from the bill of his cap with the umpire cam. Here's Mulatalo right here, number 64. There's McFarland. I've seen a lot worse holding than that. Looks like McFarland took himself out of the play.
First and 20. Up at the 16-yard line. Williams on an interesting call.
They might be able to catch him with a trap play up inside, but these tackles so mobile, so quick at getting off blocks, and then they're backed up by Derek Brooks. Why this Buccaneer defense is so good.
Simeon Rice has added a little to his game this year. He's not just an edge rusher anymore. He had to come in and learn the Buccaneer way. He plays the run better this year.
Second down, 18 from the 18-yard line. We're back under pressure. Down he goes. Anthony McFarland and Warren Sapp.
Booger picking it up.
Well, when you got athletes that are so big and so quick as these two, 92 McFarland and 99 Sapp, McFarland gets there first and Sapp cleans them up. Again, a penalty destroys any momentum the Ravens might have and gives it right back to the red shirts.
Third down and 25 now at the 11-yard line. And on the ground to Williams up to the 20-yard line. And I guess at this point all you're hoping for is to punt. And it's a very odd call.
Well,
I don't know what you're thinking at this point.
Yeah, you're thinking field position. You're really hoping to give your center, your snapper, Joe Maese, number 59, some help against Todd Yoder. This is the battle within the battle all night long, right in the middle.
Here's Richardson now on fourth down from the 20-yard line. This time the blocking up front is good, but the kick is not particularly good, and in fact takes a Tampa bounce, and it will be ruled down near midfield.
God, it is bizarre to watch a former offensive madman like Billy catch his bet like that.
That's why I'm a little confused. I was trying to figure out the reasoning behind it. And I guess we'll all have to mull it over.
Get the Ouija.
See, it's cool. Come on, let's go.
With its patented four-wheel drive system, Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo is extremely capable.
Thanks, babe.
But still as refined and well-mannered as ever.
What a gentleman.
一番のものしか言えない
Jeg skal til Salt Lake City.
Metiao mio.
Труднее никто не будет работать.
Solamente los mejores pueden decir.
Welcome to McDonald's. We're sending our best to Salt Lake City, too, to serve the world's best athletes. Congratulations to the over 400 winners of McDonald's Global Crew Competition.
Welcome to McDonald's.
McDonald's, a worldwide Olympic partner.
This is Derek Brooks of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He supports the United Way. He has a way with kids.
Okay, who wants to sing my favorite song? Good.
Who's my favorite player? Mr. Derek Brooks. 153 tackles, 36 assists, 2 times All-Pro.
How many?
3 times All-Pro.
Better. Let's start again.
Who's my favorite player? Derek.
Good.
Derek.
Jack is a grown-up on the outside, but on the inside, he's all boy. Oscar winner Robin Williams and Jennifer Lopez in Jack. ABC Sunday, 7/6 Central.
Season concludes next Monday night. Final game of the regular season, Vikings-Ravens. Monday Night Football from Baltimore for the first time since the early 80s. Redskins-Saints is the ESPN game from New Orleans, Manana. Well, the Ravens now, what they need is a stoppage here. 3 and out for Tampa. They have the ball at the 49. Baltimore is all of its timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. And here's Warwick Dunn going nowhere. Now, do the Ravens want to start taking their timeouts here or wait?
Yeah, they do.
They take it here. First one. 2 left. Timeout Baltimore.
It's asking for the day.
preparing for this all year. And when it's down to the wire and everyone's tired, I'll still be going strong. I have some strange training methods, but they work for me. I have to keep my edge any way I can. Serious training, baby.
It's the best time to get 0% financing on treadmills because now they're all on sale at America's #1 fitness store. Sears, where else?
One morning in a rugged Wild West town, this local hero vanished. The secret this Rocky Mountain man was hiding is what legends are made of. Vanished Friday.
It's been 30 years, and it's still the only place to be on New Year's Eve. Dick Clark. Today's hottest music. Times Square is the site per usual. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on ABC. By the way, Denny, that's New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve is the New Year's Eve show?
Very.
All right.
Monday Night Football is on Saturday night, but New Year's Eve is on New Year's Eve. There are the running backs tonight. Warwick Dunn averaging 3.6, all-stop 4.1. Nothing spectacular, but very effective. Second down and 10 as Johnson throws, and that's incomplete. And Baltimore says, thank you for the favor, because if nothing else, that stops the clock without Baltimore having to spend a timeout.
Well, exactly how you would think that Tony Dungy would have just liked to run the ball 3 times, force the Ravens to use all 3 of their timeouts, then have Mark Royals come in, pooch a nice punt down there where Dwight Smith can pin it inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
But that call there, where Johnson had nobody to go to and then had to throw it away, kills the clock, saves the Ravens a timeout.
It creates a 3rd and 10 in a passing situation as Johnson works from the gun. Brad under pressure, going deep for Keyshawn, but too deep. So Keyshawn couldn't make the play. Brad goes down, and that's about as good a series as the Baltimore defense could hope for. They were prepared to use all of their timeouts, only had to use 1.
Well, sporadically throughout the night, the crowd has been booing Dungy for running when they wanted him to pass. Now it seems to have inverted to the point where they're booing him because they wanted him to run, and he was passing.
Here's Royals' kick after the Bucs take only 25 seconds off the clock. And this is Jermaine Lewis, and he can't go anywhere. Good special teams coverage by the Tampa Bay Bucs, led by 38 John Howell. So now the Ravens, with 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, have to go close to 90 yards with 2:56 on the clock.
They call it the season of hope, the season of joy, the season of light. When parents seem more like children and children like angels. And State Farm wants to wish you all the hope, joy, and light the season has to bring.
Change the face of digital photography with the Intel Pentium 4 processor, the center of your digital world.
You don't have to tell me that work can be hard. It's tough on us, and it can be tough on our family. Balancing a family and a career is hard work. You've got to make time to listen to your kids. Ask them who they're with, what they're doing. Keep your ears open. Get in touch. Stay involved. It's not easy, but it's worth it. You can make the difference keeping your kids drug-free.
You're such a homophobe. I'm not a homophobe. I saw Elton John live at Madison Square Garden. I sat in the 3rd row for 2.5 hours.
The Job is back Wednesday, January 16th on ABC.
Moments ago, that's Warren Sapp as the defense came out onto the field.
Well, Saragusa might have did the hit disco hand gestures in the opening, but it's Warren's time here.
Crowd into it. First down from the 12-yard line as Gerbach throws. Caught underneath by Ismail. Loses his footing. Gets up to the 19. Ravens will go without a hope. They can stop the clock 3 times. They have 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning.
And they got to start looking for Shannon Sharp working over the middle.
Sharp lining up on the right side. And they look for him, and he makes the catch. They find him up at the 26-yard line. That's a first down. Tackled by Brooks.
Important to get this play off before the 2-minute warning. Shouldn't be any problem for Gerback as he's at the line calling the play.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line. Elvis fires deep, and it's incomplete. Bracket on the play was Taylor. Underneath he had Sharp. It's 2nd and 10.
But that's a good decision by Gerback because throwing the ball down that sideline will help Sharp get open over the middle. John Lynch has got to be able to take care of both guys on that too-deep zone of the Buccaneers. He's looking at Sharp first, and then he's got to realize that Taylor is speeding down the sideline. Now it looks like they'll work the other side of the field because they have more room.
He has Taylor wide left, Stokely in the slot. Ismail at the bottom. And Gerback throws to the outside, and this time it is Sharp going the other way, working the sideline, 31-yard line, 2:04 left in regulation. It's 3rd down and 5. 4 game-winning drives for Elvis in the 4th quarter or overtime, second only to Brad Johnston with 5.
And I really love that play selection because it got Sharp out of bounds and stopped the clock. Now with a first down here, they'll get a clock stoppage with the 2-minute warning.
And this is a big conversion right here on 3rd down. 3rd down and 5 from the 31-yard line. Buck showing blitz. Here they come, and Elvis is in the grass and run down by Dexter Jackson.
And that's a mistake by Elvis, not reading the weak safety blitz and throwing to his hot receiver on the outside.
Elvis wanted a timeout, didn't need it. It's a 2-minute warning, but 4th and long when we come back.
Okay, guys, gather around.
This is Sam Adams of the Baltimore Ravens. Sam helps the United Way build stronger communities by participating in first aid training developed to help kids succeed. Sam knows the meaning of the word success.
Support his head. Apply gentle pressure. Check the pulse. And do not panic.
Panic?
The NFL regular season wraps up next Monday. The Super Bowl champion Ravens are primed for a playoff run. Minnesota aims to put the champs down to the count. Vikings, Ravens, are you ready? Monday Night Football next Monday, January 7th.
This game is being brought to you by McDonald's. We love to see you smile. The United States Postal Service and State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, it comes down to this for Baltimore. It's going to be 4th down and 10. Tampa with a win, all but technically clinching the playoff spot. Baltimore, chances are they're going to wind up in the playoffs, but they're not going to go on with a head of steam.
No, they're not. They do not look like defending Super Bowl champions last couple of weeks. And tonight, clearly being outplayed on the defensive side of the ball where the Ravens pretend or expect to be the dominant team.
Well, out of the two teams, the one that needs the head of steam less, I would think, is Baltimore, because they've been there and won it. I'm not saying they can turn it on whenever they want. I think Tampa Bay really needs to win out if they want to have the mindset that they can actually win the Super Bowl this year and not just make a representative showing in the playoffs.
Well, they're going to take a big step to it here if they hold Baltimore on this play. 4th down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Gerback throwing, caught, but well short of the first down by Kadre Ismail. Derek Brooks made the stop, and go figure that one.
Well, you got to give it to the Buccaneer defense. They come with pressure. The previous play where Dexter Jackson picked up his 2nd sack on a weak safety blitz, and now they drop back into zone. They dare Gerback to squeeze it in. He decides to go to the short man and hopefully have Ismail make this catch and outrun Derek Brooks for the first down. But the throw is behind Ismail. He has to make a tough catch, and then he has to defeat one of the best linebackers in the game in pass coverage.
The cheerleader.
Huh? A little Andre Agassi move with all four corners.
Well, they can't run the entire clock out because Baltimore has 2 timeouts. The ball is at the 31-yard line. They'll play it conservatively. Offside is tackled there. Timeout, Baltimore. Ray Lewis makes the hit. Take a look at this. Then we bring this to you almost every time we do the Buccaneers. No team that has lost to the Buccaneers in the course of the regular season has ever won the Super Bowl that season. The Buccaneers, by the way, this season have defeated the Rams, the Packers, and now on the verge of beating the Ravens.
So the Bucs have no kickoff returns in their history.
Correct.
No team that has ever lost to them has won the Super Bowl.
Correct.
They're in like statistical Rod Serling land.
They
here.
are.
It's like an anomaly black hole.
And that's because there's almost a full moon tonight. The moon is, what is it? When it's just before a full moon, it's waxing. Then tomorrow night's the full moon. Then you have a waning moon. And then Keith Jackson will do the Rose Bowl under a possum hunting moon.
I waxed a little earlier.
Second down and 11 from the 33-yard line. All stop. And this will write a finish to the ball game. Touchdown.
I'd like to have those good seats right under the cannon.
Dungy wants to call timeout to talk about going for 2 to increase this lead to 14.
And give us the 34 points we talked about earlier, Denny, when I said points would be at a premium.
You talked about. I was querying you.
You were nodding. 22-10, Tampa Bay, as Mike Allstott in a situation where they're just trying to run the clock out.
And Baltimore's just pressing the line of scrimmage, trying to force a turnover. When there's 11 men up on the line of scrimmage, once Allstott gets into the secondary, he can pick on a defensive back to run over for a touchdown.
Allstott was looking for somebody to hit.
Well, he saw that goal line there, and he knew if he didn't go north and south, he probably wasn't going to get in.
80 yards for Allstott tonight, 47 for Dunn, and all of a sudden Baltimore in the last 3 weeks becoming very vulnerable to the run.
Had trouble the last 2 weeks against Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, and now tonight against Tampa Bay.
Going for a deuce, they empty the backfield, puts Dunn in the slot. Johnson under pressure, and he gets sacked, and that's the end of the play. Burnett and Boulware combined to knock him down.
Short of not making it, probably the last thing you want on the 2-point is to get your quarterback hit.
Ain't that true?
A lot of success for the Buccaneers running to the left side tonight behind Kenyatta Walker, number 69, and Cozy Coleman out in front, pulling guard at 322 pounds, leading the way for Mike Allstott.
Well, Sapp's been known to take this team on his back periodically.
Right.
In a literal sense tonight.
Joe Hamilton's a good guy to have to carry. He's only 5'10" and about $180.
He's his designated master blaster. Get the small guy to jump on.
Number 99 and number 1. That's 100%.
ESPN.com. Annotated Dennis Miller every Tuesday morning. Fauci and I, we're at dingdongschool.com.
Fauci?
Well,
Albino.
I finally caved him in. Beautiful. Cool. You don't give me Dendu anymore, though. With the umlaut.
It's my late Christmas gift
All
to you,
right.
baby.
Throw me that Dendu bone some. You don't call me Dendu anymore.
I will. In about 20 minutes, big boy.
Done.
Bouncing ball off the leg of Bryant is taken up at the 25-yard line. And that's one of the big linemen, Orlando Bobo. who takes it to the 37 and then loses the ball.
Bobo had a boo-boo.
Yes, he did.
He fumbled.
And he sure did.
Bobo gets a shot there from Rabib Abdullah, drops the ball, and Abdullah's in the bottom of that pile. Got to cover up, big fella.
Ooh.
He's got gloves on and everything. No way he can handle that ball. Look at those gloves.
So now Tampa Bay ready to run the clock out at the 36-yard line. The Bucs with a win, all but technically, as we say, clinching a playoff spot. They can start printing tickets.
Hey, Bino, they crunched their nemesis, New Orleans.
Well, the Ravens would still clinch if Seattle loses to San Diego tomorrow. But you will have scenarios developing as you take a look at our credits with Howard Katz and Bob Toms. Leading the way from New York, Steve Hurt, our Director of Information, and Fred Godelli and Drew Esikoff at the controls here. But you could conceivably have a scenario where Baltimore would have to beat Minnesota in the Monday night game next week to clinch a playoff spot. But there are other ways they can get in between now and then.
I'm starting to like Tampa's chances more and more, though. Like I was saying, crunch your nemesis, New Orleans. Take out the previous world champion. If they can get by Philly next week, they go in with a lot of mo into the playoffs.
Second down and 11. One thing about it, you know, that the Jets are still involved trying to clinch a spot. Miami is still trying to clinch a spot. But if it came down to, let's say, Seattle and Baltimore, Seattle would actually win the tiebreak. A lot of scenarios. But right now, all Tampa knows is they can start printing playoff tickets. And Baltimore will leave here with a mark of 9-6.
I guess New Orleans isn't really their nemesis, but they both needed that game, is what I'm saying. They came up big last week and once again this week.
Well, Brian Billick was telling us last night, you know, we normally win the games we have to win, but we didn't against Pittsburgh. And as he exhales there on his way off the field, they didn't tonight against Tampa Bay. Bucs won it 22-10. Back to wrap in a minute.
Right, I know. Cash only.
The all-new A4. Suddenly, every ride's exciting.
It orders pizza. It has an FM stereo so you can listen to music while waiting for pizza. It two-ways friends to come over for pizza. It has voice-activated dialing so you can order more pizza. Pizza. Without putting down your pizza. Get a free clip-on speaker when you buy and activate the Motorola V.120 digital phone, now at Verizon Wireless.
ABC Sports presents the most anticipated game in the Bowl Championship Series, the Rose Bowl, presented by AT&T. Undefeated #1 Miami aims for their 5th national title. They face #2 Nebraska, led by Heisman Trophy winner Eric Crouch. Miami, Nebraska for the national championship, Thursday night at 8/5 Pacific on ABC.
Tampa wins it 22-10 as we go to the field. Here's Melissa.
All right, Al, well, Tony Dungy said that this game would come down to whichever team had the most emotion. Mike, what was said during the pregame warm-up to get you guys so fired up?
There really wasn't anything said. He just said there's been enough said. We've been fighting all year to get in this position. We're in the driver's seat. Let's go do it for 60 minutes.
There's been so much talk this year about his job being on the line. Now he's 13-1 at home in December. You've all but mathematically clinched the playoff spot. Is it time for those people to shut their mouths?
Of course, and this team is never considered. Coach Dungy's our leader. He's the guy we want to play for, and he's the guy that's going to be here for a long time. And I don't know why we make it so hard on ourselves, but his team has a lot of pride and a lot of character, and it's just fun to play for him.
Mike, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go over to Eric.
Thanks, Melissa. Warren, all but technically, you're in the playoffs. What would it mean for this team to make the playoffs after such a slow start? Well, I tell you what, it's going to be a difference from us in 2000 when we went to Green Bay and missed that kick and then went into the playoffs a little flat. This team getting the playoffs, we expect to do some damage because every team up there we can play with, and that's what we're looking forward to getting into. Now, you hit Elvis Gerd back tonight. You put a lot of pressure on it. Why was the defense so successful? Well, it was a combination that we thought we had good matchups inside with me and Mac, and we felt like we could dominate them and get them 2-3 and, you know, moving around, and Simeon's always going to bring his game, and Steve White did an excellent job for us, too. But it was all four of us, and that's what we needed to do, was the Mongrels to come to work. Congratulations. Thanks, baby. All right. Al?
All right, thank you, Eric. So the Bucks go to 9-6 as they win by a score of 22-10. A week from Monday, January 7th, we'll be in Baltimore. The Ravens will host the Vikings. Stay tuned now for your late local news. We're on the West Coast, ABC's Wide World of Sports 40th anniversary special. ABC Sports Online at ESPN.com. Keyword Monday Night Football. Al Michaels, on behalf of our whole crew, wishing you a very safe and happy New Year. It's been a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence.
ABC Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Maybe it's much too early in the game.
But what do you win, yes, 30 years, and it's still the only place to be on New Year's Eve with Dick Clark and today's hottest music. New Year's Eve. Live from Times Square, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, only on ABC.
Friday, January 18th, Appointment Television comes home to Fridays. 2020 returns to Fridays, January 18th. Plan accordingly.
People across the nation are getting the message. For great year-end values, amazing selection. Toyotathon 02. Take Tundra. Time is running out on your last chance for incredible year-end savings on the tough and rugged 2002 Tundra. Right now, get up to $1,500 cash back or 0% APR on Tundra. Don't wait. Toyotathon deals end soon. Toyotathon 02. Password value.
Tampa Bay has a new radio station.
1015.
The Point. Get to the point with the best of the 80s and more. The new 1015.
The Point.